What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to be taking a look at this Lego keyboard from KBDCraft. Now you might know, but I'm a big fan of Lego and have a few pieces dotted around the office. So I'm pretty excited to see what this is all about. So let's unbox it and see what we get inside. So as with recent videos, I'm just going to unbox this and talk to the camera at the same time. So let's see what we get inside. Okay, it's looking like a pretty cool kit. Obviously some sort of instruction manual. What do we have? We've got some keycaps in here, some grey keycaps. And then again, we've got some white keycaps, some Lego pieces. We've got a cable coil. KBDCraft Stabby base plate mount stabilizer kit. Then we've got I believe you get a character, a mini with the Lego, so that's our minifigure. Or do we get two, or is that still part of the minifigure? Some more Lego in there, some more Lego there. Pre-lubed S2 engine switches, linear switches, and of course the Lego, what I assume would be the base plates. Keycap puller, and then the Core 64 gasket mount. Okay, I assume this is my first time building a keyboard like this, so you know, bear with me. Some sort of padding, I assume, to dampen the sound when typing. Some more padding, and then some sticky. Oh, there'll be the feet. And then some sort of layout for the actual keycaps, I assume. So let's set about building this thing. So I think firstly, I'm just gonna get all the Lego pieces out and then actually start with building it. Just a quick sit rep. That is the first small layer done with all the thin pieces there. Now we're about to move on to the slightly thicker pieces to give it a bit more shape. That's the slightly thicker pieces on now, so it's starting to take shape. Instructions call for these black pieces, which I assume is the rubber bits that we looked at earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and get those out of the box now and get that bit done. Okay, so that's now step 5 and 6 done. These were pretty tedious because they were just stickers and you had to take out the inside on every single one. So that wasn't that fun, but that's steps 5 and 6 done now. Looking pretty cool. We'll move on to steps 7 and 8. Okay, so that's steps 7 and 8 done, and now it's pretty sturdy. It's a pretty decent little base. Still got to push some parts down as you go around, but it's looking pretty good. Now I believe the next steps after that are to put the feet on, and then the actual caps, and then that one on. So that's all 4 feet. Now on, and now it just doesn't even move. Perfect. Right, so this is what was inside the yellow packaging, and this is the hot swappable PCM. So this is where everything connects on top of, I believe. Now I've never used one of these or even had one to look at before, so this is totally new to me. Now I can see that the USB-C slot is up there, so I'm guessing this goes in that way, and we place everything on top of these parts. Okay, so we've actually got the stabilizers. So we've actually got the stabilizers in now. I'm hoping this is correct. We didn't worry about greasing any parts, so hopefully that's not going to be too much of an issue. And hopefully someone in the comments down below can tell me if this is correct or not. But it looks to be correct. So this part with all of the keycaps cut out will go down first. Now, why didn't they just send it out without all of this, so I don't have to sit here and pick every one of these out? So that goes on like that. Then the keys are facing upwards, which makes sense. So then something like that. Is it something like that, guys? Right, this is why it pays to read instruction, kids. Roof building. It actually says here, put the gasket on, which is what's inside there now. Then you're supposed to put the core in, this part. before you do all the Lego bits. We're actually going to have to just go back a couple of steps to try and lift some of the Lego parts in so we can actually put the core inside there. Okay guys, there we go. So it pays to read the instructions. It's now looking way better and actually makes sense now. So you've got the bottom gasket part, I believe it's called, underneath with a little bit of padding, and then the core just on top. There's still a little bit of sort of padding issue, as you can see, between the gasket and the actual board. Like there's a bit of movement there. So moving it, you can hear it, but I think typing on it, it would be fine because the core is kind of there to protect it. So I think it's now time for the switches. I'm just matching up the pins, as you can see there, on the switch, which are supposed to be placed inside these holes, the little circle ones, on the gasket. So it would be that way up. So these are the keycaps. Now I'm not sure if we get a choice or if it's a full set. I think it might just be a full set. So we'll open these and get these placed on, and these should just be able to just pop on once you've got them lined up. Very nice. So let's just go ahead and put the rest of the keys on. Right guys, that is the finished build. All the switches are in and all the keycaps are on. All the Lego around it has been built. So I'll give you a little sound test. I've got the microphone on me now, so hopefully it will pick it up nicely. Really nice switches, these ones. I assume, what are these? Grey switches? They feel very smooth. That one's a bit clicky up here. Some of the keys I think still need to be pressed on slightly. But what a fun build. I suppose the next test is we actually get it connected to the Mac in this instance. I did forget it is actually USB-A, which is a bit of a kicker. So I'll have to get an adapter for that. We've set it up for Mac. Obviously we've got control, option, command, function keys there. So hopefully this will work with my MacBook, because that's what I'm planning on plugging it into. It's a bit of a shame, obviously it's not battery powered and Bluetooth, but that is what it is, I guess. And a little additional extras, you get a couple of figures. These are like Minecraft things, I believe, like diamond armor, which is pretty cool. And there's actually some exposed parts up here, which I assume are for the Lego men to sit up just like that. So it's been a pretty fun build. I must admit, first time for building the keyboard, it's been pretty enjoyable. I'm hoping that this wasn't needed anywhere. It didn't say or mention anything about it on the instructions anywhere. So I'm not entirely sure what this piece is for, but if this piece is for something, then we've messed up. But I mean, it will be good as just a display keyboard even at this point. Just a nice cool Lego display keyboard. But yeah, let's get it hooked up to the Mac. So I've just plugged the keyboard into the Mac, and other doing the setup assistant where you have to press the Z and the question mark against the two shifts, it's actually powered on. Now I don't know if you can see, I might have to turn the light off up here, but there's actually RGB LED lights in the keyboard. How cool is that? I was not expecting that at all. Right, so I've just grabbed the instructions again. It does actually say that you can activate the backlight on and off. There is a backlight mode by pressing function and left arrow. So let's just test that. That has certainly changed. Again, I'll turn the light off here just so you can see this. Hopefully you can see inside there. So the modes are definitely changing. It's like pulsing red. Oh, all the colours. So I think because we don't really want to map the keys because we're pretty happy with the layout, I think we're just going to leave it as that. Mac OS doesn't approve of the software because obviously it can't be scanned, and I don't want to download it if it's not needed anyway. So I think that is it. Now again, I hope that you've enjoyed building it along with me. especially seeing as I didn't read the instructions and messed up certain parts of it, which was a little bit funny and frustrating, although not too difficult to change. I just had to take a few of these off, slotted it in, and basically jobs are good. And I'm really impressed with it. I think it's really awesome. It's quite a funny design. It's almost like the keys are shifted upwards. You might want to wrist rest with it. I'm used to a low profile keyboard. I'm quite a fan of low profile keyboards, and this is certainly a little bit raised. But I'd love to work with it for a little bit just to see what we think. But really nice, cool looking keyboard. The fact it's built out of Lego just makes it 10 out of 10 for myself. Let's get some close-up shots. Honestly, guys, I think this is a really cool, fun, unique keyboard. So I hope that you've enjoyed building this together. I'll drop a link down below in the description for this keyboard so you can take a look for yourselves. But as always, thank you so much for watching. And until the next one, I'll see you soon.